Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Screen Time. I'm your host Matt, and on today's episode, we'll be reviewing the new Netflix original film, Women of the Hour. This one is directed and stars Anna Kendrick, amongst other people, and it's her first directing debut. And it revolves around kind of this stalker, uh, killer that, follows women around and harms them repeatedly. And it's about of like many women's stories. It's got Anna Kendrick's character story. It's got this other chick's character story, and this survivor's story, and they all kind of coincide with one another. All I can say about this one is that Anna Kendrick, in her directing debut, does such a strong, surprisingly, I won't say surprisingly, she's a strong actor, so I guess she's a strong director now too, because there's some incredibly beautiful shots in these films. The framing in the beginning is like, it's never flat, which is something that happens quite often when an actor converts over to directing, is their shots are always flat, and they're always focused on the actor rather than their surroundings, I would say. But there's so many shots in this film where you have like the foreground and the background be so interconnected but also separated that the viewer's eyes is like drawn past the actor into the world around, which is, it just transports the viewer, it makes it more believable, it just makes the world seem like you could live there. There's like the most people would know the scene where Anna Kendrick's walking back to her car and a person is walking behind her. That kind of, having them separated, not just like straight on, that they're just, that they're separated, having the guy in the back, like looming in the background, you don't really see his face, and Anna Kendrick off to the side of the frame walking by. Like there's those type things that just improve the viewing experience, and it's like great to see from Anna Kendrick. It's surprising to see from Anna Kendrick, and I'm excited to see what her next project is. But onto the film at hand. The script is quite like basic or bare bones. It tells a very short snippet of this serial killer's life, but it's also very out of order. There's a lot that happens after the end of the film that is shown through text. If the film was like, had a bigger budget and was kind of a different, kind of more drama, I reckon we would have seen more of that. But with its budget and with its story and with its characters, it definitely does hold its own. And the main thing that sells it is the actors and actresses that sell this story of this serial killer going on a dating show in the 70s and causing havoc, is sold purely by the set design, the choreo, the cinematography, and the acting. The script kind of takes a back seat, and it forces the actors to take control of their characters and kind of make it their own. And that's just, it's a joy to watch. And there are some really suspenseful moments that use sound and use like other things that just evoke so much fear in the viewer. It's just so much fun. It was so surprising to see such a strong film from Anna Kendrick. But, I'm here for it. Go get it, girl. Slay. I will say that Anna Kendrick's character, don't know her name. Sorry, babes. Don't know her name. Is kind of a similar vibe to every other part she's playing in the past. From her A Simple Favor role to even somewhat of her Pitch Perfect days with that kind of character. It's less sassy and more like endearing, but her character from A Simple Favor is definitely very influenced, not by this, but for this. Like, she took influences from A Simple Favor for this part. And I think it works because of the type of role and type of era it's in. It's the 70s, so it's the start of women kind of making up their own mind and doing, or not really start, but you know, it's still, that type of woman is still very, like, not widely accepted, you know? The one that, like, asks questions and knows how they feel and knows what they want, kind of thing. So, yeah, it was really fun, but very similar to other roles that Anna Kendrick has played in the past. So while she's flexing her directing muscles, her acting kind of took a backseat, you know? But yeah. Now, the ending, now that we're up to the ending, it is quite shocking. I thought it was going to be this story of, like, I can fix him kind of things. But it wasn't. That's for sure. I thought it was going to be like, oh man, I can fix him. But it was more like, oh, I'm doing what I can to survive, you know? I'm saying yes to the man, so when he puts his guard down, I run. Or I escape, or I go to the police, or whatever is needed for my survival right now. It's fight or flight, and she's not fighting. She's in that medium ground where she's fighting for her life, but she is not physically fighting. She is mentally fighting, using those kind of, like, traits or that fearful child inside him, to get an advantage and to get out on top and eventually become safe. And that's eventually how it ends. So, yeah. But overall, this film is it's a joy to watch, seeing everything unravel. But it is pretty off-putting, I would say, at times, because you are so frightened for all these women's lives. And you are just like, why would you do that? Don't go with this creepy guy. He's creepy. But in the real life, in real world, you would do the same. At the end of the day, you would do the same. I don't know how many times I've gone to, like, events and then gone to after parties with people, and I don't know these people. I just met them that night. Like, what the heck? And yeah, I just trust them. So that's my thoughts on The Women of the Hour, a new film from Anna Kendrick and Netflix. It's definitely worth a watch. So give it one. It's only an hour and a half, so it's an easy one. It wouldn't be too much time for you guys. But yeah, if you agree with my thoughts, let me know. If you don't, let me know. But, you know, like and subscribe, do all those good things. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.